I was debating back and forth whether to talk about this topic or not, mainly because I didn't really look so deep into it until now. So, if y'all didn't know or y'all not on Instagram, Teddy Riley and Babyface had I guess you can say a versus competition because they are two heavyweight producers in the music industry who have produced a lot of hits for a lot of our favorite artists in the especially in the R&B realm genre of music. And I know on one of them they had some technical difficulties, so they had to reschedule it for another day, and then they had it again, and then they had a discussion, and then the topic of Michael Jackson came up based on a story that he was told that was told to him by Michael himself. Now, one of the stories was about, and I'm going to get this one out of the way because it's a very brief one before I get into this, was about how he had asked Babyface to hook him up on a date with Halle Berry. Because, Halle Berry back in the day, she was very heavily sought after. And I'm going to be honest, Michael Jackson had his pick of the litter. Anybody who knew him could tell you that this man had a lot of, well, I won't say he had a lot of women around him, but he had his pick to, who he wanted to be with. And there's a lot of women to choose from because a lot of women wanted to be with him. Now, they don't specify if the date went down or not. From what I'm hearing, it said that it didn't happen, but the word was put out there. I just wanted to get that part out there. Now let's get into the meat of this video of what I'm talking about. But so this is a picture of Michael Jackson and Madonna at, I want to say it was the Oscars. I think it was the Oscars back in the early 90s. You can just tell by the way both of them look. And it was a thing where they were saying that Michael Jackson and Madonna had something going on. Of course, Michael always said they were just friends, that there was nothing extra going on, but leave it up to her, one of the many witches of Hollywood. She probably said it was something more than just that. And basically what happened was, on that live stream that Teddy Riley and Babyface had revealed something to the world from a discussion him and Michael Jackson had after a fallout that him and Madonna had back in the early 90s. And he basically said that Michael had called him up and told him that this woman is no good. She tried to completely change my look from head to toe, literally from head to toe. Because there's an interview that she did where she was trying to tell Michael that he needed to cut his hair. He needed to change his look. Mind you, Michael Jackson's look was unique to him. He stood out from everybody. As a matter of fact, there were many people that were going around trying to dress like him. Like, he was a trendsetter when it came to his style. That's without a doubt. Even to this day, it's certain things that people do that Michael Jackson started with. Like, for instance, and I hate to be vulgar with this, but the crotch grab that you probably see a lot of guys do today, Michael Jackson did that first. Just in case y'all did not know, Michael Jackson invented the crotch grab. So that's a little trivia if you didn't know that. Because I don't know many artists that were going around grabbing their private area on stage and it became a thing. But it was Michael Jackson, so he got away with it. But she was trying to completely change his look for whatever reason in her head that is probably about as hollow as an empty house. And you can just tell that this woman has a thing where she's trying to always emasculate somebody, especially a black man. And I'm going to get into a little bit more detail about that when it comes to her kids. So he called him up and said that that's what she was trying to do and everything like that, which doesn't surprise me. And then, if you didn't know, Michael Jackson had an idea to put her in his In the Closet video. Of course, she was later replaced by Naomi Campbell, which was a very good choice to do because Naomi Campbell aesthetically looked better, way better than Madonna. And I think we all know this, especially back in the early 90s. Naomi Campbell done lost her mind nowadays too, but it is what it is. And she actually tried to criticize the song because, it was called In the Closet. And nowadays, you say the words in the closet, that usually means that this is a person, or mainly a male, who's on the DL. But if you listen to the lyrics of the songs, he was just basically talking about keeping his relationship with this woman on the down low. And he didn't want people to know that they were in a relationship, which actually would kind of be fitting if she was in the video, because people were questioning, were they or weren't they? But because of all of that, he decided to swap her out and put Naomi Campbell in her place. And then she started putting stuff out there that he might have been a part of the G class and everything like that. I wouldn't be surprised if comments like that coming from her is what kicked off the rumors about his sexuality, because that just sounds like something that she would do. Madonna's just a very messy individual. She's one of 3 main witches of Hollywood. Her, Charlize Theron, and Gabrielle Union are witches. Like, if I don't really have to go into details when I say that, just look at how they not only carry themselves, but with children. I'm gonna just leave it at that. And speaking of children, we're gonna talk a little bit about her kids, because I learned something else today. So as you know, Madonna has adopted some children, black children. And I believe one of them is a boy, or maybe 2 of them are a boy. Like I told you, some of the stuff I say could be a little bit off. I don't follow this woman's life. Don't plan to, no need to. But according to what I have read, the father of the children that she adopted, more like stole, he did not sign off or approve the adoption. So she just basically snatched these children up, which would explain why she has been banned from the country excuse me, in which she adopted them from. It really puts a lot of stuff into perspective when you learn little bit more information. But Madonna has always struck me as that type of person. There's even been saying things out there that, Janet Jackson didn't like Madonna either. Because I remember there's an interview back in the day that Janet had did, and she just basically said that Madonna had no class. Was she lying? No. She really doesn't have any class. She's a classless, tacky, over the hill, slammed into the wall witch that just hasn't accepted that her wall has been defeated and has been ran through like water in a wrecking ball. But she doesn't care. Madonna just strikes me as the person who just praises thoughtism. She just praises it. And sees nothing wrong with it. Because the last time I saw a picture of Madonna, she was hanging off some young, and I mean younger than me, black man. And I almost wanted to call him a boy because he looked like a boy from the picture, but he's apparently in his early 20s. Mind you, this woman is in her 60s. Messing with this young boy. That's what he looks like. It almost looks pedophilish. When I saw that picture, I was like, this woman right here. And remember that time she kissed Drake on stage, and the look on his face, he looked like he wanted to throw up. I think he did. But like I said, this woman she's poison. She operates like a witch. Not many people are going to call her out on it because it's Madonna, but who cares? But she has been known to say some things over the past and do some things over the years, a lot of things that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, but she was still able to maintain her career. I remember that time when she was on stage performing, and something got caught up in something and she fell on her ass. I never laughed so hard in my life when I saw that. But yeah, this woman right here, she tried to change Michael Jackson's entire look. She tried to change him from head to toe into the image that she wanted him to be, not what he wanted to be. And when he decided that enough was enough, he completely cut ties with her. And then that's when she started saying all types of shit about him. I'm telling you, that woman is not to be trusted. She is evil. But this is the kind of person that Hollywood would prop up. And she ain't the only one. And she definitely won't be the last one. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Twitter if you haven't done so already. Have your notifications turned on, and I'll talk to you in the next one.